She was only 19 and pregnant, with nowhere to go and a mountain of debt. He was 75, rich beyond imagination, and lonely. Their marriage shocked everyone. But what happened after she gave birth? No one could have predicted it. Hi. Today I will tell you a story titled, A Pregnant Girl Marries an Old Billionaire Grandfather to Pay Off Her Debts. After giving birth, But first, please type, I'm ready in the comments. And for those who like and subscribe, I pray your life will be filled with unexpected blessings. Here we go. Let's begin the story. Maya's fingers trembled as she counted the last crumpled bills in her purse. $23. That was all she had left to survive, eat, and somehow prepare for the baby growing inside her. The rent was overdue. Her phone buzzed every hour with loan sharks demanding their money. Her parents had disowned her after she refused to reveal the father of her unborn child. She was truly completely alone. Until one day, a sharply dressed man arrived at the diner where she worked part-time. He looked out of place. Designer suit, gold cane, and eyes sharp like he'd seen the worst of the world. His name was Leonard Sinclair. Age, 75. Net worth, over $2 billion. But Maya didn't know any of that yet. He ordered black coffee. No sugar, no cream. Sat in silence. Watched her work. Came back again. And again. For a whole week. On the 8th day, he left a card on the table. It wasn't a tip. It was an invitation. One line was printed on gold-trimmed paper. Meet me for dinner. I have a proposal that might solve all your problems. Curious, desperate, and scared, Maya showed up at the address. It was a mansion, guarded marble floors, bigger than anything she had ever imagined. Leonard greeted her like a businessman about to close a deal. I know about your debt, he said bluntly. I know about your pregnancy, and I know you have no one. Marry me, and everything you owe will disappear. I will take care of you and the child. In return, I ask for your loyalty and your silence. Maya's jaw dropped. You're old enough to be my grandfather. I'm also old enough to know love is overrated, he replied coldly. This is business. Think of it as a contract, with benefits. She thought he was insane. But when she left the mansion, she found her loan balance wiped clean, rent paid, groceries delivered to her apartment, even a new phone. The next time they met, she said just 3 words. I'll do it. A quiet ceremony. No guests. No photos. No wedding dress. Just a signature on a legal document. She became Maya Sinclair. The media never found out. His lawyers made sure of it. Leonard gave her a suite of her own in the mansion. He never touched her. Never asked where the baby came from. He simply made sure she had the best doctors, nutritionists, and comfort. It was the weirdest relationship Maya had ever been in. There was no intimacy, no romance, just silence and security, until the baby came. She gave birth to a boy. She named him Noah. Leonard held the child once. And that's when everything started to change, but not in the way Maya expected. 3 days after Maya gave birth, the mansion felt different, quieter. Leonard didn't show up at the hospital, but a private nurse, driver, and 2 security guards were stationed around her room the whole time. When she returned home with baby Noah, she was surprised to find the nursery already complete, painted in warm cream colors, filled with luxury baby items, and a soft crib that probably cost more than her entire education. She hadn't told anyone the baby's name yet, but the name Noah was already engraved in gold on the crib. Her heart stopped. How did he know? That night, Leonard appeared at the nursery doorway. He watched her rock Noah to sleep, his expression unreadable. You named him Noah, he said softly. She nodded, confused. Yeah, I never told you. Leonard didn't respond. He simply turned away and said, I had a son once. His name was Noah, too. A long silence hung between them. Maya followed him out of the room. What happened to him? Leonard didn't turn around. He died, along with his mother, decades ago. The next day, everything changed. Leonard started spending more time near the nursery. He'd sit in the hallway in his antique chair, staring at the baby monitor. Sometimes, Maya caught him humming lullabies under his breath. But the most shocking moment came one morning when she walked into the room and saw him holding Noah with tears streaming down his cheeks. He whispered, "He has her eyes." Maya didn't know what to say. "Whose eyes?" He looked up, and for the first time, his voice cracked. "My late wife. She died giving birth to our son. I couldn't save either of them. But this feels like a second chance." Maya's chest tightened. Her contract marriage was never meant to be emotional. Yet here was this powerful man, once cold, distant, untouchable, holding her son like he was made of glass. And then came the twist. That evening, Maya opened a drawer in the nursery looking for baby wipes. Instead, she found an old, dust-covered photo album. Inside were pictures of a young woman who looked exactly like her. Same eyes, same face shape, even the same birthmark behind the ear. The name written on the photo? Clara Sinclair, Leonard's late wife. Her hands began to shake. How was this possible? Why did she look exactly like the woman Leonard had lost? Was it coincidence? Destiny? Or something far more disturbing? Maya began to realize this marriage wasn't about saving her from debt. It was something much deeper, something she hadn't agreed to. And the deeper she dug, the darker it got. Maya couldn't sleep that night. The photo of Clara haunted her. She laid it beside a mirror, comparing every detail. The resemblance was frightening. Not just similar. They could have been twins, separated by generations. The next morning, she confronted Leonard. "I found your wife's photo," she said, placing it gently on the dining table. "She looks just like me. Why didn't you say anything?" Leonard didn't flinch. "I noticed at the first moment I saw you," he said calmly. "That's why I kept coming back to the diner. I thought I was hallucinating. But the more I watched you, the more I realized it wasn't just the looks. You had her fire, her quiet strength, her stubborn eyes." Maya's stomach churned. "Is that why you married me?" Leonard stared at her. "I married you because I saw a chance to rewrite fate. Clara died, carrying my son. And now you, a mirror of her, arrive at my door carrying another. It felt like destiny." His voice was calm, almost poetic. But to Maya, it felt like a trap. "You're trying to replace her," she whispered. "You're using me to bring her back." "I'm giving you and the child a future," he replied. "Everything I have is now yours." She pushed back her chair. "I didn't sign up to be someone's ghost." But before she could walk away, Leonard said something that made her freeze. "You're not just like her, Maya. You're related to her." She turned back slowly. "What?" Leonard stood and opened a drawer. Inside was a sealed envelope, stamped with the Sinclair family crest. "I had your DNA tested. Quietly, discreetly. You're a descendant of Clara's younger sister, a niece she never knew. The resemblance isn't coincidence." Maya's knees buckled. All her life, she'd felt like she didn't belong. No roots, no history. Now, suddenly, she was part of this billionaire dynasty. But why tell me now? Leonard's voice dropped to a whisper. "Because everything is falling into place. You, the child, my legacy." He walked toward her slowly. "I'm dying, Maya. I don't have much time left. And when I'm gone, everything I built will go to the two of you. You'll live like queens and kings." Maya didn't know what to believe anymore. Was this fate or manipulation? She returned to her room, locked the door, and held Noah close. Her mind raced. There were too many questions, too many secrets. And now, a man she had married out of desperation was saying she was part of his bloodline. Was this still a contract? Or had she just inherited a twisted fairy tale? Then her phone buzzed. An unknown number. One text. "He's lying to you. Meet me tomorrow. I know who he really is." Maya's breath caught in her throat. Who was this? And what did they know about Leonard Sinclair? The next morning, Maya left Noah with the private nanny and slipped out of the mansion for the first time since giving birth. Her heart thudded with every step. She followed the GPS location from the anonymous message. It led her to a quiet cafe in the older part of town, far from the polished world of billionaires and luxury cars. In the corner booth, a woman in her late 60s waited. She wore oversized sunglasses and a scarf over her hair. As soon as Maya approached, the woman slid a file across the table without a word. Maya sat confused. "Who are you?" The woman removed her glasses slowly. "My name is Evelyn. I was Clara Sinclair's best friend. I was also her private nurse until the day she died." Maya's chest tightened. "I need you to listen," Evelyn said. "Everything Leonard has told you is a version of the truth, but not the whole truth." She leaned closer. "Clara didn't die from childbirth. She was murdered." The words slammed into Maya like a truck. "What?" Evelyn nodded gravely. "Clara had discovered something about Leonard, about his real source of wealth. She threatened to go to the authorities. That night, the house caught fire. Official reports said it was an accident, but I was there. I saw the bruises on her body, the fear in her eyes." Maya's mouth went dry. "You're saying Leonard killed her?" "I'm saying she didn't die by accident, and I'm saying you need be very careful." Maya flipped open the file Evelyn had given her. Inside were old letters, medical reports, newspaper clippings, and photos of Clara's funeral. But what stood out most was a death certificate. For a baby. Name, Noah Sinclair. Status, stillborn. "But Leonard told me the baby died with her," Maya said, confused. Evelyn shook her head. "He told you a lie. The baby never lived." Maya leaned back. "Dizzy, so why did he name my son Noah?" "Because he's obsessed," Evelyn whispered. "He's been waiting for someone like you. And now that you're here, I fear he won't let you leave." Just then, Evelyn's phone buzzed. She glanced at the screen, and her eyes widened. "You need to go. Now." Maya stood, heart pounding. "What's going on?" "They're watching me, and if they see you with me, you'll disappear just like Clara." Maya ran. She didn't look back. She didn't stop until she was inside the mansion again, locking her bedroom door, clutching Noah in her arms. The walls that once felt luxurious now felt like a cage. Everything Leonard had told her, everything he promised, was it all part of a twisted plan? Suddenly, there was a soft knock on the door. Leonard's voice. "Maya, are you all right? You were gone this morning." She stayed silent, heart thudding. "I just wanted to tell you," he said through the door. "I've arranged something very special. Tomorrow we're renewing our vows." Then his tone changed. "It's not just about debt anymore. We're family now, and family never leaves." The hallway went quiet. Maya held her son tighter. She knew one thing now, with terrifying clarity. She had to escape. Maya waited until the mansion went quiet. Leonard had gone to bed after dinner, smiling calmly, as if nothing in the world was wrong. But Maya couldn't eat. Her mind was burning with Evelyn's warning. She paced back and forth in her room, watching Noah sleep in his crib. Outside, the moon glowed through the curtains. Time was ticking. She picked up her phone and called Evelyn. "I need to get out tonight," Maya whispered. "Can you help me?" Evelyn's answer was quick. "There's a car waiting 2 blocks from the back gate. Midnight. Come alone." Maya hung up and started packing. Just the essentials: clothes, formula, diapers, cash. She reached into Leonard's drawer and grabbed one of his ID cards. Just in case. Every creak in the mansion sounded louder than usual. Shadows on the walls made her flinch. Was she being watched? As midnight approached, she wrapped Noah in a blanket and tiptoed through the hallway. Then she paused. Leonard's study door was slightly open. Inside, a blue glow lit up the room. Her curiosity pulled her in. She found his computer still on. Emails were open. Dozens of them. She scrolled. To private investigators. To law firms. To overseas medical labs. And one subject line made her heart stop. New will draft. Wife and child inherit all. He had transferred everything to her name. All his wealth. All his assets. She wanted to believe it was love. But the timing was too perfect. Too calculated. She kept scrolling until she saw an encrypted file titled Clara_final_recordings. She double-clicked. A shaky video loaded. A woman, Clara, sat in front of the camera. Pale, eyes red. "If you're watching this, Something's happened to me, Clara whispered. Leonard is not who he says he is. He keeps secrets. He tracks everyone. If you're like me, if you look like me, run. Suddenly, a loud creak behind her. Maya turned. Leonard was standing in the doorway. You weren't supposed to see that, he said softly. Maya backed away slowly, holding Noah close. I know what you did. Leonard didn't move. His voice was calm but cold. You should have stayed in the room, where it's safe, where I can protect you. She made a run for it, dashing through the hall, racing toward the back exit. Leonard didn't chase. But she could hear his voice behind her. You'll never survive without me, Maya. You're nothing without my name. She didn't stop. She ran to the garden, past the hedges, through the gate. 2 blocks down, headlights flashed. Evelyn was waiting in the car. Maya jumped in, clutching her baby. The car peeled away into the night. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just stared out the window, one hand over Noah's chest, feeling the small rhythm of his heart. The only thing keeping her grounded. Behind her, the mansion disappeared into the darkness. But Leonard's voice still echoed in her ears. Maya and her baby Noah stayed hidden for 3 days. Evelyn had taken her to a safe house, a small cabin deep in the woods, with no cell signal, no Wi-Fi, and no mirrors on the walls. Not even Evelyn would say who owned the place. Just that it was safe for now. But safety was temporary. On the 4th day, Maya stepped outside and found a package on the doorstep. No sender, just a gold envelope. Inside was a letter, handwritten in neat, confident strokes. Dearest Maya, I hope you're enjoying your little escape. But let's not forget who really saved you. Check the news. You're now the richest widow in the country. All my love, Leonard. Maya's heart stopped. She rushed back inside and turned on the old radio in the kitchen. After a few static buzzes, a voice came through. Breaking news. Billionaire Leonard Sinclair has reportedly died in a tragic car explosion just outside his estate. Authorities suspect foul play, but no arrests have been made. The media is swarming around surprising revelation that all of Mr. Sinclair's assets, estimated at $2.1 billion, have been legally transferred to his young wife, Maya Sinclair, and their newborn son. Maya collapsed into the nearest chair, speechless. Was he dead? No, it couldn't be. Not him. Evelyn rushed in from the back door. You heard? Yes, Maya said slowly, but it doesn't feel real. That's because it might not be, Evelyn whispered. She handed Maya a flash drive. This came to my house anonymously last night. Maya plugged it into the old laptop. A grainy security camera video played. A black SUV. Leonard's SUV. Seconds before the explosion, a man stepped out of the car wearing Leonard's coat. But when the flames swallowed the car, the man was gone. Vanished. Maya's voice trembled. He faked it. Evelyn nodded. He staged his own death, Maya. And now he's testing you. Maya couldn't breathe. What was his game now? But things move fast. The media found her. She was now a headline on every channel, every tabloid. Teen wife inherits fortune after billionaire's mysterious death. Her photo, holding Noah, was plastered online. Then came the lawyers. 3 different people came forward claiming to be Leonard's relatives. All of them tried to contest the will. They accused Maya fraud, of manipulation. One even claimed Noah wasn't Leonard's son. Court summons arrived. The war had begun. Maya was thrown into a legal battlefield. Evelyn connected her with a high-profile attorney named Julian Black, a former prosecutor with a personal vendetta against the Sinclair legacy. Julian believed her. He told her one thing clearly. If Leonard's alive, he's watching. He's waiting for you to break. But Maya wasn't going to break. Not this time. For the first time, she saw clearly. This wasn't about money. It was about freedom. And now, she had something Leonard didn't. The truth. And she was going to use it. But just as she was preparing her defense for court, a package arrived at her lawyer's office. No return address. Inside, a USB. And a single note typed in red ink. You can win the case. Or you can see your son again. Choose. Maya froze in her lawyer's office. her trembling fingers gripping the note. You can win the case, or you can see your son again. Julian immediately called for security, but the damage was already done. The message was clear. Noah was in danger. She bolted out of the room, dialing Evelyn over and over. No answer. She called the caretaker, watching Noah at the safe house. Also no answer. Panic surged through her chest like fire. Julian grabbed his keys. "We're going. Now." They drove at full speed back to the cabin, tires screaming as they skidded into the gravel driveway. The front door was wide open. The crib was empty. On the wall, someone had written in ash, "Come alone. Midnight, where we first met." Julian warned her. This could be a trap. "I don't care," Maya said. "He took my son." That night, dressed in a plain black hoodie and jeans, Maya stood at the very place where she first met Leonard, in front of the old antique bookstore where she once cried in the rain. It was closed, silent, until a black car pulled up, headlights cutting through the mist. The door opened. Leonard stepped out, alive, pale, slimmer, but alive, holding Noah. Maya's knees nearly buckled. "Give him to me," she demanded. Leonard walked slowly forward, cradling the baby like porcelain. His voice was calm, eerily sweet. "You could have had it all, Maya. My name, my wealth, my protection. But you ran. I ran because you lied. Because Clara warned me." Leonard's eyes darkened. "Clara didn't understand. Neither do you. You think this world will protect you? No, only I can." He stepped closer. "Sign this, and Noah is yours." He handed her a document, a single page. "I, Maya Sinclair, hereby relinquish all inheritance, titles, and rights to the estate of Leonard Sinclair." She looked at her baby, then at the pen in his hand. This was his game. It was never about love. It was about control. The wealth wasn't a gift. It was a leash. And now he wanted her to beg. But she didn't. Maya took the paper, folded it, then tore it in half. "Keep your billions. I'll get my son back without them." She reached for her phone and pressed a hidden button. From the shadows, police sirens wailed. Lights flashed. Dozens of officers appeared from side alleys, surrounding Leonard. He backed away, confused. "You recorded this," he hissed. Maya glared. "Everything." Julian stepped out from behind a squad car, holding up a body cam. Leonard's team had been under surveillance for weeks. The moment he appeared in public, the trap was triggered. It was over. Noah was returned safely to her arms. Leonard was arrested for fraud, kidnapping, and faking his death. And for the first time in what felt like forever, Maya held her baby and exhaled, free. The next morning, Maya woke up not to fear, but to silence. A peaceful kind of silence. No cameras, no hidden microphones, no threats waiting in the mailbox. Just sunlight warming her face and the soft breathing of Noah asleep beside her. Leonard Sinclair was now a global scandal. News outlets had a field day. Billionaire fakes death to control teen wife, arrested after hostage plot. From pawn to power, Maya Sinclair's shocking survival story. But Maya didn't care about the headlines anymore. What she did care about was choice. Julian had fought to ensure Leonard's will remain intact. And after Leonard's arrest, a judge declared Maya and her son the rightful heirs. $2.1 billion. No strings attached. She was officially one of the youngest billionaire widows in the world. But instead of private jets and diamond necklaces, Maya did something unexpected. She vanished. She changed her name, bought a quiet villa on the coast under an alias, hired a small, loyal security team, and built a new life, this time on her own terms. No media, no press tours, just her child in peace. But she didn't stay quiet forever. A year later, she launched a foundation, named it after her late mother, the Lila Project, to help young girls escape debt, abuse, and desperation, especially those pregnant and abandoned, just like she once was. And when people asked her why she chose such a quiet life after such a dramatic past, Maya only ever said one thing: because real freedom isn't loud. It's knowing you never have to run again. In time, her story became legend, a whispered tale, a modern fable of danger, wealth, and a girl who outsmarted the devil. And as for Leonard, he never saw freedom again. But Maya was finally free. The girl who once married a billionaire to pay her debts ended up richer than him,